guys, it's Amber at Amber's Closet, and today we're going to do a story time, but I'm just gonna rant to you guys about a bunch of little small things that have been happening that make me feel like I'm crazy, and I want you guys to help me determine if I'm crazy or not, because I'm unsure at this point. You guys know that I'm a positive person, or I try to be the most positive person in every situation, but also I feel like there's a limit to my sanity, if you know what I'm saying. I am a Virgo and I get irritated very easily. So when things are supposed to go a certain way and they don't, nah, it doesn't fly with me. So let me just tell you guys a few stories and you guys tell me if I'm crazy or not. There's a few things that are like my instant irritation button, and wasting my time is definitely one of them. So let me just tell you guys. So I'm at Rite Aid, I waited in a really long line already to get to the cashier. So I'm in a hurry already. So I'm like, you know, trying to get the girl to like ring it up. She's kind of back here staring at the other cashier and wondering what he's doing so bad that she is taking 20 minutes just to ring my 6 items up. Nah, like I don't have time to wait for you to be nosy. You know what I mean? This girl was like playing with the register, talking to these people over here. She even looked at her phone once, all within ringing up my 6 items. And I just think that's like absolutely crazy. Whatever, I'm just kind of like chilling, you know, whatever. I made a mistake of like trying to get cash back, because this was already a big long like, you know, exchange of trying to buy these things anyway. When I tried to get cash back, what did she do? She backed up, still stared over here and counting out the money like this, not paying attention. So then when she looks at it, she's counting over and over and over. And then she forgot that she even was cashing me out, to the point where she picks up the ones in her thing and starts just counting them. Like I'm not waiting. I'm trying not to be an asshole, because I'm just like, hello, I'm in a hurry. Like, why does she think that I have time to do this? So finally I'm like, excuse me, can I just get my cash back so I can go? Like, I'm in a hurry. And then she looks at me with a fucking attitude. It's like, I have to count it out first. But she's not even counting my stack of money. She's counting her ones. I don't know, that bothered me so much, to the point of like, I wanted to go off on her, but I was already having a really crazy day this day. So I was just like, let me just take my money and go. But then I got in the car and I'm like, why would people do that? Like, your job is to kind of cash me out. It's not to like take your time and do a million other things. So am I crazy for that? Let me tell you guys this crazy story first of all. I don't know if you guys have Uber where you're from, but let me just tell you real quick. Uber is an app where people with their own car can pick you up. I made a mistake of accidentally clicking the Uber carpool. So I don't know if that changed things or anything, but on my app, it told me that I still had 8 minutes left for this guy to come. But I get a call and he's like, where are you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Let me just run downstairs. So I run downstairs, I jump in his car, and the guy right away, I promise you, he's like an older dude, starts yelling at me for not being on the curb waiting for him. Okay, I don't know if you guys know what Uber is, but that is never okay, especially when you are paying them for a service and there's a certain amount of time that they're supposed to wait outside. He literally is lecturing me. I'm putting on my seatbelt and I'm really like, what is happening here? You need to be on the curb, and when I call a taxi or when I call Uber, I'm out on the curb waving, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, excuse me, sir. My app told me I still had 8 minutes left till you arrived. When you called, you surprised me. So please stop yelling and getting an attitude with me. And he still continued to yell at me, to the point where I'm like, is this serious? He literally had the car stopped while he was sitting here giving me a lecture like he was my father. I couldn't even believe it, you guys. I'm like, I am a grown ass woman. I can't believe this guy is talking to me like this. Should I get out? Because I'm not gonna get yelled at. I am in a hurry and I don't know what your problem is at this point. I'm just trying to get somewhere. Nothing's happened. You only waited 1 minute when you're allowed me, you know, a couple minutes. And so let's just get there. We were almost at the freeway. He turned all the way back around, passes my house, and then picks up 2 other people, right? And when they get in, he gives them the same lecture, and we didn't even wait for that long. And he starts yelling at them, and I was like, oh my God, if nobody says anything to this guy, he's gonna think that it's okay to talk to his customers like this. Like, how do you expect a tip when you're rude as fuck? I tip people really well. Even sometimes when they're really bad service, I over tip, because I feel like they look at me like, oh, okay, well, they're not gonna tip, so I'm gonna treat them shitty. But then they get slapped in their fucking face with a big ass tip. So then I'm trying to think, don't judge people by how they look. And I just feel like I've been going through a lot of that. Like, what makes people look at me and say, she's not gonna tip, oh, she's not in a hurry, oh, her time is not important. That's just how I feel when people treat me this way. I just wanna try to make other people happy. I don't wanna frustrate them or make their day more difficult than it needs to be, but it seems like that's how society is in majority, and that really bothers me. So at the end of the day, that kind of shit is what makes me feel crazy. Please let me know in the comments below if I'm crazy or if this world is crazy and I'm just not prepared fully for it. I mean, I know shit happens and I brush most of this off, but it's just crazy to me how often these type of things happen to me. I just feel like they're completely unnecessary and ridiculous and uncalled for. Treat people how you wouldn't want to be treated. I know that's like the golden rule, but damn, did everybody forget it? Let me tell you guys this story. I was at this place where it was free to get your valet. So I go outside and I hand my ticket to this guy. He goes and gets my car. But the other guy runs up to me before the guy who's bringing my car and he goes, I need your money. And I'm like, no, it was free. And he's like, no, you need to pay for it. I'm like, no, I was in here actually with the owner of your restaurant that you work for. And no, it's free. And then he started yelling at me like, no, you're not paying. You didn't pay. You don't get your car. And I'm like, what do you mean? My car's right here with this guy. And I have my money out to like tip this guy because he already knows the deal. But this guy comes and gets in my face. He's in my face to the point where he's like talking mess about the person that I was with, which is the owner. And I couldn't even believe it. But I just wondered, like, am I crazy? Because after a minute, I turned around and went off on him because now you're talking about your boss. Look, my car's right here. Like, I'm gonna take care of you guys. Like, I had to tip out. I'm always tipping, you know. And he was still in my face like, I didn't pay. And even when the other guy told him, he started just talking mess. Well, you don't need to come back here then. What? I didn't even do anything but try to get my car, but because you decided that I didn't pay, you wanted to come over and give me an attitude and no apology at all. Just don't come back here. I can't even believe the audacity of people. Like, at this point, like, I am contributing to you guys. Like, I am tipping, I am taking care of you guys. I come here all the time, first of all. So that's just so crazy to me. Am I crazy? I have some more stories for you. I think I might have to make this a part 1 and part 2 because I have too many random stories that keep happening. Anyway, thank you guys for letting me rant to you guys. I know it's been a minute. I'm gonna have some more stories for you guys coming up. Let me know in the comments below how much you like story time so I can get more of these videos up in the future because shit happens to me all the time. Anyways, I love you guys. See you soon. Peace. Peace, peace. You already know, if you're looking at where I got my shirt, look in the description.